Hello, and welcome to another episode of the 100,000 Reasons for Gratitude. Please join me as we look at life through a lens of happiness. In today's episode, I am grateful for the beauty that surrounds me and the beauty that I behold. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I know that's a phrase we have all had, and today we are really going to go deep into it. From my perspective, beholding is and should be unique. That's why the statement beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Most times, without even realizing it, we tend to carry another beholding and then we call it ours. Yet, ours could be different, but in a beautiful way. Remember, each of us being different is a gift because we all make sense in the bigger perspective. We are supposed to be unique because we are able to be different but bring the same vision together. Why most times when we speak about uniqueness, it's something that's constantly being uh, passed passed around is because it's easy to get into a comparison mode. You maybe see someone doing something and you feel that if I can do exactly what they are doing, then it will give me the same results that is giving them. On one hand, that's true, right? But then it will also get you only so far because you're supposed to bring something different to the world. So, yes, doing what someone else is doing will really surely give you the right steps to that direction. But once you've managed to get the momentum, everything else now comes in with you adding your own elements to it, your own uniqueness into whatever that is. And when it comes to beholding, we know that then if beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, then it means that there is nothing else but beauty that exists. Because if what I see now I call beauty, then that means that it is not, to you, it should be beauty as well. I'm sure we've come across the phrase that is in a higher frequency, there is no right or wrong, there is no good or bad. It's the qualification that makes it so. And now, seeing this amazing revelation that we're going into today, we're able to go deeper and realize that it is true. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Because if I get to see only beauty from my eyes, I have already qualified it as perfect. So anyone else who should see it the same. And an interesting place we could start is the story of creation in the Bible for the Christians here. We know that for every day that the creation was done, God looked and saw that it was good, meaning there is nothing that is not perfect. The Name it, whatever thing for you feels like it, why this, why does it look like this, why is this hairy maybe, or why does this, let's me give an example, why does the tarantula have hairs, does it have to have, and it's a spider, it's perfect. Why does this fish look like this, it's perfect because God qualified it as perfect. How many times in our lives do we do things, but the small element of qualifying it into perfection is the one thing that we miss out? How many times does that usually happen? I have an interesting quote from, it's a poem actually. I'll phrase the whole poem by Rilke in the Book of Hours. And it goes, I know that nothing has ever been real without my beholding it. All becoming has needed me. My looking ripens things, and they come toward me to meet and be met. wow, I mean, what is that? And nothing has ever been real without your beholding it. The minute you look at something and you qualify it, it becomes real for you. And you notice this by, in the previous episode on freedom, we were looking at how when you behold something, when you when you focus on one particle within a whole quantum what of atoms, for instance, when you focus on one particle, everything else sorry, everything else collapses, and only it like it's all condenses into that one particle that your eyes are focused upon. So all becoming has needed me. In order for something to be, it needed you. And you remember there's an episode where we dived into how God's becoming is, how God's hands are wrapped around my becoming. How peaceful is that? When we think about that, all becoming has needed me. Because if you are not there, then who would God's hands be wrapped around? No one. But the fact that we're able to be wrapped within those hands so that we are not going anywhere, we are here, everything we live, move, and have our being in is within his hands. It is so beautiful. And even the phrase we've been using, that God's hands are cupped around my becoming, are still from Rilke. He was really going through an interesting time of his life when he was writing this poem. Particularly this part comes in during the first book, where it's the book of monastic life. And to be able to behold God in that deepness, trying to understand, and you don't really need even understanding God, because he has always been there. The divine is always there, he's always been there. It's our element of separation that creates that distance. So it's more like coming back home, which is literally why we're here. As the journey is to ascend, so is the going back home. And the going back home should be the best part, because you, every second, every minute is the anticipation. Imagine you're from a long trip, you finished the trip, and now you're on your flight back or on your journey back home. How exciting does it get? The minute you look at if it's a time and you're like, I have 1 more hour left, I am maybe 2 kilometers away, 100 meters away, and I'm home. Do you see how excited the whole experience becomes? If anything, the journey now you start commemorating on the journey, and with so much fondness. May this beauty that surrounds us be all that we all behold, and may it be all that we really see that matters a lot. What truly matters to each of us is beauty, because that's all there is. God, all he saw was beauty upon creation. And so I hope and I pray that even as I post this, it gives me something to really think about, and to imagine that all I should see is beauty, because that's all there is. And remember, when you see beauty, you see God. When you not see beauty, you know, but when you see beauty, all you see is God. And beauty is everywhere, I believe. And it takes us a bit more attention to hone in and actually seek it. Because what you are looking for, your mind is tuned to give it to you. If you are looking for the beauty, it will send signals that align with that. It will give you more reasons to see the beauty. I believe this is all the books, self help books, are about. the fact that we have the power in our hands and it's magical. It really is. I'll leave us with another quote by Aleister Crowley. Every intentional act is a magical act. Every intentional act is a magical act. Every single minute and second that you do anything and it's intentional, you're creating magic. May each of our thoughts, our feelings, our actions be only magical, and may they bring only beautiful and white magic to you, to me, and to every life on earth. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.